Welcome back to day 15. We are starting our third week, everyone. I am so excited. Today we're going to do Psalm 6 through 8. And remember, Psalms are part of the poetry section of the Bible. There's 150 Psalms, and these are all found in the Old Testament. Psalm 6, a Psalm of David. O Lord, do not rebuke me in your anger, or discipline me in your wrath. Be merciful to me, Lord, for I am faint. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are in agony. My soul is in anguish. How long, O Lord, how long? And I have out here to the side, God's time is not like my time. He has his own timeline for you and for me. Verse 4, Turn, O Lord, and deliver me. Save me because of your unfailing love. No one remembers you when he is dead. Who praises you from the grave? I am worn out from groaning. All night long I flood my bed with weeping and drench my couch with tears. Have you ever drenched your bed or your couch with tears? I have. But just know this, every tear that we cry, he sees it, he hears it, and he is listening to you. My eyes grow weak with sorrow. They fail because of all my foes. Away from me, all you who do evil, for the Lord has heard my weeping. I have another note out here. He hears me with a smiley face. And my friend, if you're praying to him today, he hears you as well. The Lord has heard my cry for mercy. The Lord accepts my prayer. All my enemies will be ashamed and dismayed. They will turn back in sudden disgrace. I love this commentary by Pastor Tony Evans on Psalm 6. David had sinned, and his spiritual condition had physical and emotional repercussions. His bones and soul experienced anguish and terror. He asked the Lord how long his chastening would continue. But notice that in his pain, David does not run from God. He runs to God. Oh, that's good. I'm backing that up and reading that one again. But notice, in his pain, David does not run from God. He runs to God. We too can go to God for mercy and understanding, even in the context of our sin and failure, because of his loyal love and our covenant relationship with him through Jesus Christ. See 1 John 1, verses 5 to 9. Psalm 7, another Psalm of David, a song that he sang to God concerning Cush the Benjaminite. O Lord my God, I take refuge in you. Save and deliver me from all who pursue me, or they will tear me like a lion and rip me to pieces with no one to rescue me. O Lord my God, if I have done this, and there is guilt on my hands, if I have done evil to him who is at peace with me, or without cause have robbed my foe, then let my enemy pursue and overtake me. Let him trample my life to the ground, and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Lord, in your anger. Rise up against the rage of my enemies. Awake, my God, decree justice. Let the assembled peoples gather around you. Rule over them from on high. Let the Lord judge the peoples. Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness, according to my integrity, O Most High. O righteous God, who searches minds and hearts, bring an end to the violence of the wicked, and make the righteous secure. My shield is God Most High, who saves the upright in heart. God is a righteous judge, a God who expresses his wrath every day. If he does not relent, he will sharpen his sword. He will bend and string his bow. He has prepared his daily weapons. He makes ready his flaming arrows. He who is pregnant with evil and conceives trouble gives birth to disillusionment. He who digs a hole and scoops it out falls into the pit he has made. The trouble he causes recoils on himself. His violence comes down on his own head. I kind of like that right there. It's saying that people who dig a pit for other people or people who cause trouble, it's going to come back on their head. So that's a little comforting, isn't it? Verse 17, I will give thanks to the Lord because of his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. And those last two verses remind me that most of the Psalms start with a sigh, all the trouble, help me, and they end with a song. What does he do at the very end? David says, I will give thanks to the Lord because of his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. I like this commentary on verse 17. David thanks the Lord, knowing he would do what is right because of his righteousness, and he sings about the name, that is, the character and glory of the Lord Most High. How can we not give voice to God's praise? And I hope you take time to give praise to God because he is worthy of all of our praise. Nothing else on this world is worth worshiping or chasing after. Only Jesus and God are worth chasing after. Psalm 8, another Psalm of David. O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Do you know that song by Michael W. Smith? Oh Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. I loved that one when I was a young adult. It was so great. You have set your glory above the heavens. From the lips of children and infants you have ordained praise because of your enemies, to silence the foe and the avenger. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place, what is man that you are mindful of him, the son of man that you care for him? I just love that passage right there. He made everything. When you think that he made the sun and the moon and the stars, and yet he knows my name. He knows your name. He knows everything about you. And he loves you enough to die for you. Isn't that amazing? I mean, he made the universe. He wouldn't have to bother with little old me and little old you, but he does because he is God and he loves you. What is man that you are mindful of him, the son of man that you care for him? For you made him a little lower than the heavenly beings, and crowned him with glory and honor. You made him ruler over the works of your hands. You put everything under his feet, all flocks and herds, and the beasts of the field, the birds of the air, and the fish of the sea, all that swim the paths of the sea. O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. That is one of my favorite Psalms. Let's read this commentary. When David considers the billions of stars and galaxies, he stands in awe. This glorious masterpiece is nothing more than the work of God's fingers, a divine painting set in place, to be admired. Yet, the immensity of it causes David to realize how small he and the rest of humanity are. What is a human being that you remember him, a son of man that you look after him? Modern man tends to be full of himself because God is so small in his eyes. But when we see God as he truly is, massive, we understand how truly minuscule we are. And that's true. And if you're feeling small today, you know what? It's because you are. In the eyes of God, we are itty bitty bitty. But guess what? In the eyes of God, you are the most important thing. You are so valuable to him. We are small, but we are so, so precious. Yes, we are. And he loves you so much. So I hope today you give him praise because he's worth it. And you remember that even though we humans are small, that in God's eyes, we are big and precious and wonderful. I hope you have a great day remembering that and giving him lots and lots of praise. Mandy's ready to go for today, so get on with your day, giving God's praise, and be sure to come back tomorrow. Mandy and I will be here as we keep reading through the Bible 365. See you then. They'll come back. Yes, they will. And I would love to answer any question you may have about the Bible, about how to put your faith in Jesus. Just contact me through my website, nancyjoy2you.com, or you can email me at nancyjoy2you, that's the number 2 and the letter U, @gmail.com.